This small rain shower here might be the very outer tips of the bands of Irma. Not quite sure. It's still pretty far away. Neighbors across the way, across the street, sawing up plywood. I put up this one here last night. You saw that if you watched yesterday's video, and a few in the back. We got one more that'll go up here at some point as things worsen. There's our sandbags. Put a couple in the backyard. Oh look, there's my skulls. If you watched yesterday's video, you know I showed you guys these skulls I bought at Home Depot. Speaking of spooky stuff, let's go in the garage. Okay, so this isn't a formal announcement, but there is some rumblings of teacher friends of mine here in Orange County Schools on Facebook saying that we will be off Tuesday as well. So that means tomorrow, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, 3 days off to pick up the pieces of whatever Hurricane Irma decides to dump on us. But I'm going to take this opportunity to work on some Halloween projects. Before that, let me show you guys around my garage, my little workspace, and give you a little tour. Okay, so not quite sure where to start. I'll give you the big picture here of everything that's going on in my garage. Big fan of Christmas lights, big fan of Halloween. This is more of the Halloween side of things. So we'll go back over here and check out some of the fun things. Just collections of antiques and things that I buy that I go, hey, one day I'll use that for something. These two boxes are mystery boxes, especially that one up in the corner. I haven't been in that box in years, so I'm not quite sure what's in there. There's a Scrabble game from my grandmother Duda, some videos, an old film projector. If you ever need some fox urine, you have some of that right there. We had squirrels in the attic one day trying to deter them. So yeah, we have fox urine. And some old films, projects from art camps going by, lots of art supplies. Piece of cheese I made out of felt for when I was representing the Diary of a Wimpy Kid at our character parade. This is barbed wire. I did a couple different kinds of barbed wire to recreate the bat, the Negan Lucille bat. I got this guy here, and here's some more practices of making barbed wire. Here's a razor wire one I made over here. So and lots of little doodads, things I surround myself with, things that make me happy. So I look up here and I see all these great things. Oh, Bridget's mom's obituary from the newspaper. There's me as a very young lad. Student of mine, Jose. Not sure why he's in there, but no, actually that was Jesus. This is really cool. The previous owners, Diane and Howard Eves, who lived here, Howard was a teacher, and he made this plaque for me. He hand wrote it and stuck it up here in the garage. It wasn't here when we previewed the house. And I think he respected the fact that I'm a teacher, and he sold us the house and made this awesome little plaque. It says here, a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. And that was said by Mr. Henry Adams. Pretty cool, huh? There's Bridget, Hank 3, Hank 3's autograph, and fun stuff, including some monsters. Not a monster, Santa Claus. Look, 17th anniversary. We're celebrating 20 years this year. How about that, Mapples, huh? Our friend Vicky gave us that. At Jones Beach. Okay, before I continue my tour, this foam head right here will be the center of our new project. I have a giant chunk of clay right here, and what I plan on doing is sculpting a face on the clay. When the clay is done, I cast it in plaster, and you get that. So picture it, the clay is on here, and I wrap it with plaster like that. Pop off the plaster, and you have a negative, and you can line it with liquid rubber latex, and you make a mask. Here's an example. I have a few. Here's one I made. So you line it with latex. When you pull it out, it comes out rubbery. Then you paint it up. So there's a mask I made a couple years ago. Ta-da! This mask here made this mask. It's pretty cool. So that's my project for the long weekend, providing I'm not doing a whole lot of hurricane cleanup. Here are some plastic pumpkins that you buy, like this guy up here, at Michael's or craft stores, and I carve them to look like that, but that's nice and that's cute. But to me, Halloween isn't supposed to be cute. It's supposed to be a little scary. So this goes from this to this. So I got one, I have two, there's a big one right here, three. Or I can take skulls like that, or the ones you saw yesterday, these guys here, and texture them like that. This is fun. I didn't make this, but I bought that at a garage sale. Very old school Mickey. Check him out. I bought him at the Dollar General. There's that bat I was talking about. I made Bridget a Christmas present. I talked about The Walking Dead, Negan's Lucille bat. That was a bat that I made for her. Of course, it's a prop, but it could do some damage if you wanted to. We have a Tiki and a picture of Misty. Misty was a beagle we had, and check this out. This is Misty's American Kennel Club birth record right here. 1985, Misty Sunday. How about that? There's Michael Myers giving a hug to a teddy bear. That was on the 100th anniversary of the teddy bear. Thank you, Teddy Roosevelt. This is a fun item. This guy here, Dirksen, ran for some political office in the 1930s, and this ceramic piece was a thing they gave to his supporters. Of course, he was Republican because it is an elephant. Here's Harry Potter trying to sing into the mic and make it on the Cheyenne Saloon stage. Orlando, Florida, Church Street Station. Here's some trivia. My first job ever was at Farmore, and there's my name tag, right there. I did work for Universal Studios, not once, but twice. And here's a great picture of me, Bridget, my mom, and my brother. 1995, Mickey's Christmas party. I mean, I could go on forever. Here are some pieces of the old townhouse restaurant that was demolished recently. Here are some sculpture pieces that Bridget's grandmother made. She was a doll maker, and these are pieces left over. They're not finished, but that's okay. I like them just the way they are. In fact, looks good sitting right next to Jason Voorhees. So, and this is actually very special. Check this out. I want to say this was mailed or sent to my grandmother Duda and grandfather Robert Duda, Elizabeth and Robert Duda. I mentioned earlier the frogs that were hers in her home that are adorning this table. So before she passed away, she gave this back to me. She thought I'd like to have it. And so I'm guessing, I don't know, what do you think? 1978? My brother there looks about 3. And he was born in 75, so I could be wrong on that. It doesn't matter, because it sits right here, chilling out with the squirrel. One thing I love about this workspace of mine is that I'm surrounded by so many great memories of family and friends, of pets, little trinkets, knickknacks, doodads, old recipes, old art. And it just makes me happy. Makes me happy to be out here making stuff and thinking of the people who either gave me these things or inspired me to make these things. So many awesome memories right here in this little shelf. So when I look at it, it fills my heart with happiness, keeps me creative, all that fun stuff. You get the idea, right? I hope so. These frogs belong to my grandmother Duda. They sat on her back porch for many, many years. This awesome little book was given to me by my grandfather Pappas when I first bought my very first car in 1991. He gave it to me. He said, put this in your glove compartment. Keep it in there forever. It'll keep you safe on the road. And it has. Thanks, Grandpa. Wow, how about that? We went from terrifying jack-o'-lanterns and a bag full of skulls to a sentimental tour of my garage and my little workspace here. So I'm hoping to get the mask completed the next week or so. The next mask is going to be a Mr. Roboto mask. Every year we go out to Food and Wine Festival and see Mr. Dennis DeYoung from Styx. And every year he plays Mr. Roboto as the last set of the night when he plays out there. So this year I want us to go out there and see him, but also have his Mr. Roboto masks on. I think he'd like that. So that's the plan for the next day or two, providing Irma gives me a chance to do that. If not, I'll be doing hurricane cleanup. If you don't see me in the next day or two, it's because either the internet's down, Wi-Fi's down, or just no power. So you need power, internet to make these things happen. So if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll see you guys at some point. But hopefully, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.